RIP to the Lakers, man. It's over. It's over, man. Lakers season is done. This franchise is done. You got the Pelicans in town. First of all, Pelicans traded away Anthony Davis to the Lakers and now have a better record than the Lakers. What, 2 years later? 2 seasons later? 3 seasons later? Now they have a better record than the Lakers. Trending in a better direction than the Lakers. AD, who they traded away for young scraps, is now on the bench every game. You know what I mean? And you got Brandon Ingram, an ex-Laker, giving y'all 20 easy mid-range 20. All mid-range. I don't even think he shot a three. I don't remember him shooting. Maybe he shot 1 3. And then you got a bunch of guys coming in. You don't even know who the hell they are. Anybody young, all you got to do to beat the Lakers is play hard. Like that's a fact. That's almost a fact at this point. Frank Vogel on the sidelines. I think ESPN had like a mic'd up thing for the timeout, and they're down 30, and he's like, "Let's pretend we're down 15." Man, look, man, they should have fired Frank Vogel, man, because it's funny. Because in the NFL, they always talk about when the coach loses the locker room, he's gone. It don't matter what you did 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. When you lose the locker room, you're gone. There's no point in you being the head coach. You're not the head of the team, right? Every other major championship winning coach has a say in roster moves, and you can tell Frank Vogel had nothing to do with this roster, because Frank Vogel would never have guys that don't play defense on his roster. Like, that's not Frank Vogel. So, what's the point of having him there? What's the point of Tisdale? What's Tisdale doing? Tisdale's a losing coach. Frank Vogel, I don't think he doesn't even run plays, bro. You look at end of games when they need a bucket, and it's like, all right, Frank, what you got out of the timeout? And it's just you let LeBron as a player decide your fate every night, and that's not even how LeBron's been successful. Ty Lue had LeBron in places, and LeBron had certain things he had to do, certain actions he had to do on the court in those situations. And you see now they're just playing pickup, man. That's my problem. They're just playing pickup ball. That's literally all they're doing. They're literally out there playing pickup ball, and you can tell it's the age, because the first thing to go when you get older athletically, forget being 37 or 36 or 34. The first thing to go is like that the instinct to go, the instinct to be first, the natural running back on defense, because you have the energy, you know what I mean? And you have to think about those things. Think about getting back on defense. You have to start thinking about diving on the floor for that loose ball, or thinking about closing out to contest that shot. It has to become a decision. Once you're at a certain age athletically, it has to become a decision. And you can see, like, these guys, the team is full with a bunch of guys that have that same situation. Like, and the thing is, it's so contagious that now you have younger guys that would naturally be scrappy, like Austin Reeves or Malik Monk. They're not even as scrappy or as defensively poised as they would be if they were being led by guys that played defense first, or that did those hustle plays, had those intangibles. This shit's ugly, man. I'm telling you. It's looking like LeBron might go out bad, man. It's looking like he might go out bad, because I've seen this before, man. I've watched so many declines in my life, watching this game, night and day from a youngin'. I've seen so many different declines, and it happens so many different ways. And I'm not saying, like, a lot of LeBron's problem is just like he's not mentally there, because he don't believe in his team. He don't believe in his roster, and we've seen that before, not just from LeBron, but from countless superstars. As they start to fade, if they have a team where they've given up on them, like the Kobe team, the Kobe, Bynum, Who else was on that trash ass team? Bruh, they got booed off the floor. Bynum took his jersey off and threw it in the stands. They got swept by the Mavericks. They got swept by the Mavericks. Kobe just walked off. I mean, I think the last game where they got eliminated, they lost by like 20. You know what I mean? I've seen it happen. Players in their older age, if they have a team where, you know, the season's washed, it's ugly. You know, because for a superstar like LeBron, you know, to be out there with 5 minutes left, you still got LeBron and Westbrook out there with 5 minutes left, down 20 plus, down 25 plus. They were down between 25 and 30, and 4 or 5 minutes left, and you still have fucking LeBron in the game. You still got freaking Westbrook in the game. I don't get it, bro. That's just obvious stat pattern, and I get it. Like, you gotta pass Kareem, but bro, you gotta see this for what it is, man. The niggas aren't losing because they don't have what it takes roster wise at this point. At this point, they're losing because they don't play hard. They don't play. They don't care. They don't even respect the game, man. I mean, you don't see any second, third efforts. You don't see any extension of themselves on defense where they're like going out of their way to play defense. Nothing. They don't go out. These guys, Carmelo, LeBron, Westbrook, Dwight, even to an extent, they don't go out of their freaking way to play defense and get a stop. They don't. They don't go out of their way to get a rebound. Dwight will go out of his way to get a rebound, as in like trying to just bully niggas out of the way. But second and third rebounds, I think it was later in the game. It was like 5 to 7 minutes left, somewhere in there, and the Pelicans shot a shot. I want to say CJ McCollum shot a jumper, and it looked like the Lakers had the rebound, but they hadn't secured it yet. When I say the other 4 Lakers were literally down the court already, by the time the Pelicans, you know, got the ball back from, I want to say Dwight Howard, like mistimed the rebound or something. It looked like he was going to get it, and he like mistimed it. Whoever it was mistimed the rebound. It might have been garbage ass DeAndre Jordan, who they put in the game, man. And on DeAndre Jordan, yo, it's real sad to see, because like you can tell he didn't work on his game, but you know, he was just so athletic, you know, athletically inclined that it was just a free fall. Once he starts to come down with his athleticism, he's just free falling. You know what I mean? He can't get off the floor. He can't jump. He has no quick twitch at all. He has no lateral speed, lateral movement at all. No agility whatsoever. He looks heavy, and him and Dwight both look horrible. Dwight is one of those guys, like, he knows he's strong, so you can't really stop him. He can get 10 rebounds in his sleep, and you know, I don't think that's gonna stop. He could play for another 10 years and get 10 rebounds because he knows how to use his body. But DeAndre Jordan doesn't have that, and it's bad when he's in there, man. It's bad. But I mean, what else we got? Westbrook with the turnovers, you know, first thing to go for him is his lateral speed. You know, he's still good in a straight line. He can run in a straight line past, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's like he can't play under control at that speed anymore. And I think he's starting to understand it, because he is starting to do more under the rim finishes, because for the first half of the season, he's under the rim doing above the rim finishes. And it's like, you got to adjust, you know, you got to learn how to put the jelly on it. You got to learn how to finish wide, you know, extended arm, finish out, and learn how to flip it over your head or over, you know, you gotta be more crafty with your finishes. And I think that reality's setting in for him, that, you know, just an aging player. And I believe he tore his meniscus in OKC. And I believe last year with the Thunder, Westbrook played with one ankle for the second half of the season, played 40 minutes a night on one ankle, and drugged those guys to the playoffs. Got blasted in the first round after winning the play-in game. Got blasted in the first round, and bro, I think that injury took a bite out of his athleticism, honestly, because he was a tad more athletic in Washington, And I think he rested all offseason, honestly. I'm going to be 1,000%. It looks like Russell Westbrook didn't do shit all offseason for his body or his game. And it's showing because he's in those LA lights. And bigger than that, he's in those LeBron lights. And not too many guys shine in those LeBron lights. Kyrie was able to do it. And D-Wade, and that's it. Everybody else crumbles under the LeBron lights. And, you know, it's not to say that LeBron's a perfect player, but, you know, the scope is on him. You can't deny that. Every syllable this man says is dissected. So you got to be able to step in and perform. And that's not, a lot of these guys on this roster are not built for that. At the end of the day, it's coming full circle. So, yeah, man, I'm on the way to work, bro. I just can't help. Like, these niggas suck, man. Bro, the Lakers are. You know, it's the hardest part is that you have to watch these guys not try their hardest. And it's like, what if the season's over to the point where you don't care if you lose to the Pelicans, the 10th place Pelicans, on a Sunday night, primetime ESPN television, you're willing to get embarrassed on your home floor like that, then why suit up? You know what I mean? Why suit up? Why suit up, man? All these guys stat pad and make sure they're getting their numbers, and then they go out. They're not even getting their numbers. The real numbers don't lie. The player efficiency doesn't lie. You know what I mean? The usage rate doesn't lie. The turnover to assist ratio doesn't lie. Things like that, stats like that can be used to really dissect. You know, you got to throw away points, rebounds, assists, and look at turnovers. And you can still keep assists, but look at turnovers and PER and usage rate. See what the story of the game was, and you know, like, these niggas is not playing hard. They're not, the defensive efficiency has to be really low because they don't close out. They don't contest shots. They're like, oh, well, screw it, shoot it. Yeah, y'all are playing like guys ain't playing defense. Some of these entry passes to the post, just like, niggas is about to just let you pass the ball. Like, I don't get it, bro. You trying to force the ball to Carmelo under the basket. Carmelo don't even want the ball. He's jockeying for position, but he's not calling for the ball. He's still fighting for position, and you throw the ball anyway. Russell Westbrook driving all the way under the basket with no plan and throws the ball away. Just kicking it out, thinking guys are just going to watch the ball go over their head. LeBron trying to skip the ball baseline, thinking guys, dudes are just going to sit here and watch y'all beat them. That's not how the league is right now. The league, it's not a weak league, man, because the garbage teams play hard. You know, where they have the talent or the coaching or the franchise or the player development to continue to get better and actually win games, guys are playing hard because there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of money to be made, and the league is turning over. The league is turning over in talent. I'm sure all these guys' agents have told them, and all they have to do is perform, and they can go get a check. You know what I mean? And everybody knows it. So, guys ain't letting you come out here and embarrass them. You know, guys ain't letting the old heads come out here and play in slow motion and beat them. It's not happening. Pace, yes, they're the fastest pace team. You know, I think they're the fastest pace team, or one of the fastest pace team. They have a high pace, but pace means nothing without efficiency. So you get more possessions. You're just blowing more possessions, you know, and also giving more possessions to the other team who, if they're hot, can beat you by 30. And CJ McCollum did not start off hot. He got hot because guys are just giving him open shots, thinking CJ McCollum's not going to start hitting wide open shots. These guys hit open shots for a living. These guys can hit open shots with their eyes closed. You know what I mean? That's just what they do. Whether in the game situation, you see them do it like that or shoot like that, just know if they're wide open in the gym, they can go hit 20 of those in a row. They can go hit 15, 20 of those in a row. Most shooters in the league. And you're leaving CJ McCollum wide open. So, it's a wrap, man. AD, soft. You know, he's always... I'm not even about to talk about AD. That's a whole nother video. But, man, Lakers in trouble. NBA's turning over. Talent's turning over. Older guys are getting hurt and being pushed out the way. Ja Morant put up 46 points last night. The league's turning over. I've seen it 3 times in my life. At my age, I'm 34. Soon, I'll be 34 in a few weeks. And I've seen the league turn over in talent a few times. And that's exactly what's happened. I remember when Paul Pierce and KG got old. You know, I remember when Michael Jordan got old. I remember when Kobe got old. I remember when Michael Jordan got old. I remember watching with my grandfather when Magic Johnson was getting old and couldn't dribble down the court. He had to post up all the way down the court because he couldn't put the ball in front of young guys' faces, and he needed that shield behind him. I watched that too. But and as a historian of the game, I watched like guys like Elgin Baylor get old, so or Dr. J get old, or Charles Barkley get old. So that's what's happening, man. It's a lot of guys that's in their twilight, and some guys games skill level makes an exception for their decline, and it's just not happening for the Lakers right now. So tune in again.